Hey everyone, my name is Elle and this is my husband Lee, and together we are opening up a coffee shop. Follow us along on this 3-part series where we show you the highs and lows and behind the scenes of building a coffee shop from the ground up. Good morning guys, it is the 12th of October, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we are off to collect the keys to our shop, our coffee shop. We're collecting the keys today. If you haven't met this lovely fellow, this is my husband Lee. He's the coffee expert in the family, so he's really going to be the brains behind the shop and the equipment that we need, everything like that. I'm going to be more the behind the scenes accountant, marketing person, general organizer of that stuff. So,
and you're also going to, obviously, you've got more either design.
Yes, I'm going to be the designer contractor. So you're going to see that a lot of stuff. So he doesn't usually make an appearance in the YouTube webisodes. He does, however, make a lot of funny appearances on my Instagram stories, so follow me down below. I'll also link him and the coffee shop and everything like that, so you can go and check us out. So yeah, we're gonna head off now to the shop. Is it even focused on my face? Are you focused on me? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm quite half face.
So yeah, we are gonna head off to the shop now, get some coffee, and yeah, get the keys. And today is all about space planning and just finalising where everything's going to go.
Basically just establishing a roadmap for the next 3-4 weeks.
Sorry, that DPD van just got really close to my car. Okay, so shall we stop procrastinating?
Yeah.
And go be adults? Where are we going for coffee?
Oh no, we can't go just yet.
When do we get the machine?
It is open till 10.
When do we get the machine?
Well, the machine usually sits on the bar.
Oh, so
but the bar
it's non-existent.
Isn't in the shop yet.
Okay, fair deals. All right, let's just get going. Welcome to the coffee shop. I might go a bit self-conscious here, so there's a lot of people around. But yeah, this is the building. We have been just planning, measuring everything for the last hour or so. We think we've got the layout. So pretty much where this bit is, can you see it? Yeah? So where this bit is, this will be the bar. So we'll have coffee machine, cakes, serving, little seating area here, back bar bit, so it'll be good. I'll obviously go into a bit more about the design and everything at another point, so I will go into more detail. And then around this way, retail, seating behind you and everything like that. So there's a lot of work to do in terms of pulling everything out. Obviously there's a lot of rubbish, again, behind you. Flooring that needs taking up, everything like that. But once we get it to there, we kind of know what we're doing with everything. So we're excited. It's going to be an interesting adventure. Okay, I did not realise how much of an egghead I look. Today is the first day of the build. We've got a lot of work to do, but we are confident we can do it all. The goals of today are to remove all this here, get in touch with the facilities manager to get rid of the junk that was already living in here, remove the flooring, fill in some of the wood on the old windows so they can be painted, and just general little bits and bobs everywhere that just need doing. I am full of cold. I really don't feel well at all, but we need to chug on if we are going to hit our deadline. Like, there's work to do, but I'm confident we can do it. So, yep, I'm gonna let me and my little eggheadiness get on with this. I'm not gonna lie, we're very much in a fishbowl, which is great for trade, but a bit embarrassing with everyone walking around seeing what we're doing. So I'll get you guys set up. I am, like I said, going to tackle this first. Should be a bit of work, but fun. Anyway, everyone now is staring at me through these windows, so let's crack on.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Yeah, there's one there. Here. Somehow.
So I can use that. No.
Is it? Ooh, be careful the camera. Is that tile? Is that brick though?
And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Look at you.
No.
You kill me. You kill me.
Who is that from my bed?
What was this? It's like process. That's from Friends. When the channel's just against the wall.
Oh, when Joey tries to make the hutch.
What is this? So pass the parcel.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
Okay, we are done for the day. So we managed to move all that paneling off, which I'm very impressed with, and we removed the entire flooring, which was a good too. So we've got a really good base for everything. I'm not gonna lie, I can barely form a sentence. I'm so tired. I already had a really bad night's sleep because of having a cold. So now I'm just like ready for bed. Honestly, me and Leah are like, we're not talking to each other when we get home. You know, you just got to that point where I'm like, I just need to relax and stuff. But we're in a good situation for tomorrow. Leah's starting to run all the rubbish down. We have filled so many bags up and stuff. This stuff, the market is actually gonna get rid of. And after this, although I do want to go and jump into bed, we have to go and get some wood from B&Q. So we're gonna start bright iron and bushy tail tomorrow on paneling. So the idea is to mimic this up here. We've left these here because Lee thinks he might want some shelving for above the coffee machine. So because we can't go into the Victorian tile, we figured this would be a safer way to do it. We've obviously left these in here because then we can attach the paneling to it. I will explain more tomorrow because hopefully I will be in a much better position to talk to you guys. Okay, crouching down for this one. It is the next day. I am feeling a lot more fresh. We were here for a very, very long time and it was a lot of work, and I was in like the bad part of my cold. Like I still got a cold, but I'm getting to like the final bit. But yesterday was a rough day. So feeling much more fresh today. We've had a little late start getting here because we've had to go and get a lot of materials and everything like that. However, today and tomorrow, and I think Saturday is called Light Night here in Leeds. So it's like a night where the whole city lights up and there's lots of lovely light installations. We probably walk around and have a wander and enjoy it. But we get to stay here a bit later than opening hours because obviously we're constricted with what the market can do. So it's full day today, but I think we're in a good start and everything like that. So the main jobs today, Lee has been assigned to do this stuff. My job is cut down these sawn timbers that were already here before, get them to the 170 centimetre length. I have 2 pieces of plywood that I'm going to basically glue to the plinths that are already in place, and then start the board and batten, which is still in my car because we've got so much of it that I just couldn't be asked to bring it all with me just yet. So there's a lot to do, but it's going to be good fun.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Okay, it's been a couple of hours now. We've cut some of this board down, and we've also been doing the plinths that the panelling is going to go onto. So these were like sawn timber that was left over from the previous tenants that we have cut down to the size we need, and then we've put some sort of supporting beams in the middle to put the panelling onto. I look interesting. I had lovely hair, I had lovely makeup on, and now I just look a weird red. This jumper was such a bad choice when it came to doing DIY. So yeah, now we're going to start paneling. Me and Lee, this is going to be interesting. We're snipping at each other a little bit, so yeah. Anyway, diet coke break, and then we'll get on with it. Good morning, guys. I'm back with my little eggy head. I'm in between washes. Normally I have a bun on top of my head, and it kind of counteracts the eggy headness, but my hair's not long enough just yet to do it, so we're going with this. But yeah, you're not here to listen to me about my egghead, you're here to find out what's going on with the build. I thought I'd start an introduction here in my house because I'm getting very self-conscious in the unit. I think it's just because there's a lot of people looking in. Obviously we're doing a lot of work to the unit, so customers are interested in what's going on. People have like stopped by and just like, oh, what are you doing? What's going in here? Like, what's happening? Which is great, we're generating interest. So from a business point, I'm very happy. We've also got other vendors in the market that are kind of like circling, like trying to figure out what's happening and stuff like that. So it's just weird because they're not used to seeing someone vlogging. So it's like I'm stood there with a camera like, hey, like kind of thing. So I thought it'd be good to do like an introduction here and yeah, kind of let you guys know what's going on. I also want to apologize for yesterday because I didn't get a lot of clips. We had a late start because I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, and getting stuff to do the paneling took a lot longer than expected. So we didn't get there until about 1 o'clock. Luckily we were able to stay a lot later, but during that time, progressively, my cold made me feel worse and worse and worse, and things just weren't getting completed in time. So I was just starting to get really annoyed and peed off because like I've got my timeline of stuff in front of me. So technically all the paneling should have been done yesterday according to my perfectionist timeline, and it wasn't. And I was royally annoyed because it's just the perfectionist in me. I'm like, that should have been done by now. Why has it not been done? You may have noticed by my voice that it's gone, or going. It's not actually too bad. Like, it hurts a little bit. This isn't as bad as the cold's been. Like, I can breathe again, which is great. And I know, like, just sitting down and having a day of rest will probably help tremendously. But there's just no time to do it. We've got such a tight deadline, and the main thing is that we're trying to get as much as we can done within our rent-free period so that we can start trading within our rent-free period. So it's like there's just no time to rest. Like every moment is taken up. So I'm just making myself feel ill and ill and ill, like, because we're just going tenfold, 100% with this stuff. Yeah, so Ellie and I had a proper conversation in the car yesterday. We're trying to do a lot ourselves, and to be fair, I could do a lot of this myself. Like, not to brag and sound big-headed, but I'm pretty decent with my DIY skills. Like, I know what I can do and I know what I can achieve. And yeah, like I could do a lot of this work myself, but I'm killing myself doing it. And we're sort of just deciding, as much as we're trying to keep budgets down and we want to do everything ourselves, some things we might need to pay a little extra for someone else to do. And I do this all the time with my DIY projects. If you've ever met me, you'll know that I'm like, dream big and then scale it back as we come along. Like, reality kicks in and I'm like, yeah, as much as I do want to do a lot of the stuff myself, I think it would be beneficial to give it to somebody else, because then that means I can concentrate on the other business stuff that we desperately do need. So he's speaking to a couple of contractors today, seeing what we can get done. And I think, like I said, it will allow me to concentrate on some of the other little bits and bobs. So we're scaling back, but it's a good thing. It's not like, part of me feels like it's a defeat, because I'm like, I could do this myself. Why are we handing this off? But the other part of it is like, no, this is a win. This is a good thing. Like, it doesn't matter in the end. Like, it doesn't matter who builds this shop, like whether or not I built it 100% or 50%. Like, it just matters that the shop gets built. So this is where we are. But today is just kind of getting it into a position of sanding and hopefully finishing paneling and doing all that stuff, breaking down the excess board. As long as we get the excess board out there, I'll be happy. That'll be a win today. And starting on painting. We can stay a bit later tonight, but I think we're just going to give ourselves a sensible time frame so that we get a bit of our evenings back, and again, we don't wear ourselves out a little bit. I feel like I'm a bit on edge because I don't know what's happening with the bar situation, where the coffee machine and the counter's going to sit. But I feel like once I get a bit of an update from my other half about speaking to a contractor, I'll feel a lot better about the time frame. Do you know what as well? I know this sounds really funny because I'm kind of talking to you guys, but it's not like you're in the room. I'm just talking to a camera right now. But actually kind of talking out loud to you guys has really, really helped me kind of settle my mind of like everything's achievable. So thank you guys. It's been helpful chatting to you guys, even though you're sort of virtually there and can't respond to me. It's been nice just to kind of unload, talk about everything, and yeah, go from there. Okay, I'm gonna rest my voice before my meeting. I'm gonna continue drinking all the good stuff, all the greens in my green smoothie, work on the budgets, work on the actuals, do a lot of like office stuff, get ourselves ready. And yeah, I'll pick you guys back up when we're heading back to the store. Okay, so we're going to start painting this back wall to begin with now. Good news is this one has spoken to contractor about the bar. Yep. Yeah. So that looks good. Like I said, a little bit off my mind, so we figured, well, he could come back to us at any moment, so let's paint this bit white. So this is the paint that I've gone for. I love coat paint. It's one of the best. I've painted lots of stuff in my home with it, and it was the obvious choice for when it came here. This is the emulsion that we're going to use. This is in Screenshot. I will link it all down below if anyone's interested. So this is going to be the main white that we're going to do across here. So to give you an idea, we're doing white across there and this bit here. These poles are not technically steel, but I'm going to paint them to look like steel. It's going to be white up here and white up here up until this bit here. This is all going to be dark green. Same with around here, and then anything where it's vertical paneling like here and here and here is going to be dark green, and then the door is going to be white, and then the trim around the edges of the window is going to be black. Ready? Alright, let's get painting.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down.
Good morning, guys. It is start of week 2, day 6 of the build, I believe. Lee, do you want to say hi to your Dorian fans?
Hello, fam.
So we're cracking on with everything. The paneling has been finished. I just need to caulk it today. I'm only here for like half a day because I have so much to do with the blog. Yes, the part-timer. But I do have a lot to do with the blog. So I'm doing what I need to do and then leaving Lee to finish off this wall and everything like that. We've kind of finalized the bar area. We knew this space would be the bar, but we had to kind of just do a bit of formalities of like where things were going. We'll probably go into more detail once the contractor comes. I think pretty much this next couple of days, we'll finish off the entire white bit before we install the flooring. Just so that we don't have to like tarp everything down, because it doesn't matter if we get this floor dirty, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna crack on with this little bit here, just filling in the gaps. Okay, so we are halfway through today and I'm about to head off home.
Part-timer!
What's calling me a part-timer? So I've done the decorator's caulk on the paneling just to make sure there was no big gaps, but still maintaining that line effect. Otherwise, what was the point in doing all the paneling? Lee is making his way around the trim of everything with his little brush. So you can kind of see up close where he's done the second coat. This is why I love coat paint so much, because obviously with a wall this dark, you would have to prime it and then do loads of coats. The coat paint is pretty much self-priming itself. Even with like one coat on, it's still pretty decent coverage. And then you can see where the second coat's gone, it's pretty much perfection. Any comments, my dear, while you're up there before I go?
No.
Okay, sitting down for a moment. I just got back. So technically this is like the beginning of week 2, but we're on like day 6 of the build. And I think I'm just gonna break them up into the kind of 7 days of working and everything like that. Obviously we're pretty much working Monday to Saturday on the store. We're not allowed to go in on Sundays, the market is closed. So we're really just packing out as much as we can do. So I think officially I will end the vlog after tomorrow once we've done most of the painting, because that kind of moves nicely into the next phase of the build, which will be the flooring and handing it over to the professionals in terms of counter building and etc, etc. And it means I can work on a few of the little prettier stuff in the background. So before I kind of crack on with all my collaborations and stuff like that, I thought I'd take a hot minute to grab a cup of coffee just to wake myself up, because I'm very tired, very tired, and talk to you guys about the design and inspiration behind Miles & Co, because I think it's definitely a lot different than I think people would expect. So I thought let's have a little chat about design, the inspiration, and where it's going. So inspiration behind Miles & Co. I think people would naturally think, from looking at my Instagram and knowing me in person, like a lover of neutrals, I think people were expecting me to go very light and airy with the design of Miles & Co. But in reality, it was actually the opposite. Even before we had like the concept of this store, I knew that the aesthetic of this was gonna go more, not industrial, but more dark. Think library, basically. I just knew that that was it. Personally for me, and being in the coffee world for as long as I have been, I feel personally the Scandi look is just been and gone. I think it's just so saturated. There's so many coffee shops that go for the Scandi look, and there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you like. I just think there's so many. There's just far too many out there, and I think it's just been and done. And I really wanted to go the opposite way with ours. I really wanted to kind of create a very cozy environment, still beautiful design, because as someone who worked in marketing, I know, you know, the appeal of a nice place to go and get an Instagram and all that. But I wanted somewhere that felt cozy, warm and inviting. So before we even got our space, I knew that we were going dark, and that's where the dark green came from. I knew that that was like the perfect green for us. So let me put my coffee down and I will grab some samples and I'll kind of explain a bit more about the design. Okay, I've got all my samples. I've been keeping them in my Delsford bag there, and I can pretty much take that bag everywhere with me, just in case we come across with like a contractor or anything like that that needs to see initial aspects of stuff. And I always knew I wanted to do a mixture of these colours. So this is the green that we're going with. I knew, because I wanted a specific that, and because I've used David Rose black in my own home and loved it so much and I wanted to use it, I knew that if I just got all the paint from one company, tonally it would work together, because they obviously create their collections. So these are the colours. So you would have seen Screenshot go on the walls, obviously what we're painting now. This green is going to go on that panelling that I've created. And then David Rose black, love this colour, just purely because of the name, is going on the inside window trim, just to give the windows a new lease of life. So those are the colours. Thinking about design and knowing that I want that coziness, that library feeling, I knew that the flooring itself would have to kind of bring in those warm tones, especially fighting a lot of kind of the coolness in the black and the white and the green. So for me, it was wood flooring that we had to go to. Now, we're going with click vinyl flooring for a few reasons. Number one, I'm installing it myself, and this is so easy to do. I can't wait to show you this off in the next episode so you can see how easy it is to install. But the other thing is that it doesn't fix to the floor. The way you do it is that it will just hover above the flooring that you already have. You don't have to glue it down. I think it's this one that I'm going with, because I love this one, but this one just has a bit more texture in it and it's a bit more warmer. And I think, let me grab, yeah, like they just pop. Like that green next to that brown, absolutely beautiful. The final kind of foundation design bit that we're thinking of is the bars. We're going back and forth whether or not just to panel it like we have been doing and paint it green, or whether we go tile. And I'm leaning tile. Out of all the samples, this is the one that Lee likes, so this is probably the tile that we're going for. So I think all these, let me grab them. Yeah, all these elements I think are gorgeous. Other elements that we want to bring in, obviously I want to do like a faux leather bench seat, or we're going to do that kind of built-in seating area, and I want to do it in like a cognac colour to bring out that kind of warm brown in there. I think we're going to go for lighter tabletops, maybe a marble or a faux marble, to kind of match the countertop of the bar area. As much brass as we can get in there as possible to match up with the logo. That's the inside and the kind of inspiration behind it. Let me know in the comments below which elements you're excited to see come together. So I'm gonna go and crack on with an edited lifestyle work, and I will pick you guys up tomorrow morning when I'll be in full on paint gear. So I'll see you guys then.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know,
Hey guys, so we've been painting for a couple of hours now. Lee's in the corner there. It's actually not doing too bad. We've had to go over a couple of spots, obviously, but it's not been too bad at all. So we're gonna carry on cracking on and get there eventually.
If I will ever figure out where the road goes, even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Okay, I'm back. I'm still eggheady and I'm in a comfy sweater because it's chilly. I left Lee at the shop because pretty much I couldn't do any more of the painting stuff because it all had been done, and he was doing like the trim at the top, and I'm too short. I'm too short to reach the top, so welcome to being 5'2". But I thought I would take this time just to sign off and say thank you very, very much for watching week 1 of our coffee shop build. I do hope you're enjoying it. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, your suggestions, anything like that, any questions you may have or anything. And yeah, also let me know in the comments below what you think about this more vloggy style format of things. Like, it's kind of the first time in a long time, and first time really since I started regularly posting on YouTube that I'm doing the vlogs again. And it works for this system, I think, of this kind of project. And I do have a couple of other videos coming up where I do think it would work for that. So I'd love to know what you think about them, the more vlog style of things. Do you kind of prefer them? Do you actually more like the other ones that I do? Let me know anyway. So thank you so much for all your support on Instagram, everything like that about the shop. So yeah, thank you again. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys bright and early next Sunday. So have a lovely time, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.